with a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to Youth Wednesdays on Tobago Updates Morning Show. You're bringing us live here in Port Moore, Scarborough. This morning, Miss Nancis and I, Natalya and I, would be conducting an interview with Mr. Keron Bascombe to discuss Tech4Agri 360. And he's an agri-journalist, and he's joining us virtually this morning. Good morning and welcome to you, Mr. Bascombe.
Hi, good morning. How are you today?
Good morning.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to have you on the Tobago Updates Morning Show.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here, and I'm fortunate that I got a spot.
Yes. So let's get into it. Just tell us quickly about yourself. Tell the viewers about yourself and what do you do.
All right. So I am an agricultural journalist. I run an enterprise called Tech4Agri. It's where we use media, journalism, and communication services to support the agriculture sector. I started Tech4Agri in 2011 because I was not satisfied with my schooling. I was doing my master's at the time, and it simply did not match what we were learning in school as opposed to what was happening in the field when we actually engaged with farmers. So I felt like I needed to do something different, otherwise I would not have a job by the time I'm finished with my master's. And so a lecturer introduced us to our class to exchange programs. Same time, I made an application to the first of its kind agricultural blogging competition. And I ended up having a successful exchange program where I learned about social media. And then I was one of the winners of this blogging competition. And so I had Tech4Agri, and this is where I discovered these skills and that this is a viable career everywhere else except in the Caribbean. So I decided I would continue to pursue it. And now we are looking to build this field and use our innovations to continue to support the agriculture sector over a decade since it started.
All right, Mr. Bascombe, thank you so much for telling us a little bit about yourself. So we're going directly into the program itself, Tech4Agri 360. All right, could you tell us a little bit about the program before we move forward?
All right, so Tech4Agri 360 is an immersive media service where we are using our agri-journalism skills as well as our 360-degree video to create unique learning environments. So we all see what's happening in the education sector and other parts of our economy because of the pandemic effects, and we are still adjusting and adapting to the fact that these challenges, these types of global shocks will continue to happen. So we felt that we should pivot our work using this immersive media in agriculture and pivot it to the education sector as a means to stop the disruption. So that wherever they are, it doesn't matter where, if the kids are at home or at school or wherever they are, you can utilize the VR headsets along with your device, or at the very least access immersive media using your devices, whether it be a laptop or a tablet or a phone. But once you do have your phone, you can place your phone inside of a VR headset. By VR, I mean virtual reality. And I have an example here. Is one of the headsets that we utilize. And you are able to then access immersive content. Immersive content makes you feel as if you are there and you are able to look around in any direction. So I have a little example here to show you. Let's see. So I don't know if you can see that, but you are able to actually look around.
Right. Certainly.
Environment. And this is very unique to 360 video and virtual reality. Yes?
Yes.
So that's what it is. Right? Once you have this type of video, you can then take your phone and place it into the VR headset. Like so. And then you are able to place the headset to your face and immerse yourself in the environment, looking around in any direction. So it would have been best to actually illustrate this to you so that you, the hosts, can actually try it. But unfortunately, we were unable to come to Tobago with all of the carnivals, so we will have to come again another time.
Right.
This is our product here. Uh, we it's packaged flat and in sustainable materials. So when it comes out of the packaging, you unfold it, open, make your cuboid shape, fold down the center bracket. There you have your VR headset. So this is what the students have been using. You put your phone inside. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So that's what works. All of the videos and the content that we make alongside the school curriculum, but we do engage with teachers directly because the school curriculum is not up to date. And we are relying on our principals and our teachers to keep our education system going. We have been
Yeah.
to about 17 or 18 schools here in Trinidad, and we are seeking to come to Tobago to do a school tour as well, so that with primary schools, so that we can give students from standards 1 to 5 a chance to experience this type of technology. Whether they decide to take up our program or not doesn't matter. Once you see the technology, you cannot unsee it. And this is part of Web 3.0 technology, such as drones and AI and these types of things that will not go away. They will be a part of the future for the foreseeable future.
All
This is
right.
just the reality of things. And
All
we
right.
are saying, yes, this is the reality of things. Let us use technology to support our students and help them to catch up and be up to date with the rest of the world.
Yes, thank you very much for that. I noticed that this is a very advanced initiative in that you're using technology, social media, and smart devices to
Yeah.
teach young children. And I see young children being your target, your main target. Is that so? Right.
Yes, to
All right.
start this off, we are entering in the via the education sector
Mhm.
because they are the ones who need it the most.
Right.
Education is one of those sectors that is a necessity, and we are saying, hey, we can solve this problem and adapt to it now. We don't have to, for example, there's the ministry is pushing forward a policy document. The policy is great, but it
Mhm.
doesn't help you adapt now. We've had
Understood.
3 years of care, so we need
Right.
to adapt ASAP.
Right. So on that premise, what about those older persons that are on the field? And you might be aware, one of the things that are affecting farmers, because by and large the nation's farmers are traditional farmers. They use traditional means. Some of them are still new to the agricultural technology that could help them advance their produce, etc. You would know this.
Mm,
How are you?
mm.
How are you going to use this thing that might be so foreign to them to help them to adapt and see the benefits of it?
Well, so the technology, it does not benefit farmers directly. Our target market and the content we are making is all educational. However, we have placed, as agri-journalists, we've placed agriculture at the center of our work. So agriculture and STEM fields, STEM topics, science, technology, engineering, and math, is what guides our content creation. And so farmers then do become beneficiaries because we're featuring you. We're featuring the agriculture sector, small business owners, labs, small factories, agro processors, the people who work in the field in agriculture and life sciences, which is very, very interconnected. These are the people that we are featuring. So by extension, we are highlighting them and presenting the agricultural sector in a whole new light. And that has ripple effects in terms of injecting the sector with the human resources that we need for it to keep going. There are human beings behind the sector that provides us with our food, and they need to be presented in the best light possible because they are doing honest, hard work and they need to be respected for that. So, although they are not the initial target market and beneficiaries, they are by default because they are part of the whole system and the program. So, we are featured persons doing rabbit production, hydroponics, vertical farming. They are all doing what they would like to do within the sector with passion, and we are presenting them in the best light as possible. In the long run, we are definitely moving towards entertainment to say have more adults utilize our system. But for now, it is centered in the in the education space, and partly in the marketing space, because we do have some of our partners, they work in the climate adaptation space, and they see it as a tool for training. It's really, as I said, an educational tool. So it's able to be placed in multiple different sectors. And when it comes to use of technology, our Tech4Agri 360 has easy usability because it piggybacks or capitalizes on the fact that this is how technology works. It builds on top itself. So everyone already has mobile devices. Your phone and it may not be in your pocket, but it's somewhere in the studio. It has the capacity to do the same immersive media that I just showed to you. And this is why we are saying people are already comfortable using their phones, even though farmers prefer traditional technology. So a tractor, right? That doesn't mean they don't utilize a smartphone. Even farmers of a mature age utilize a smartphone, and our headsets are sustainably made. So there are no electronic parts in the VR headset. So you are basically using technology you are already familiar with, your mobile device or your tablet or your laptop. All right. So it's that way we are able to have mass impact because people already use the technology. You're just being taught how to use it in a different way.
All right. My final question to you, and unfortunately, time is wrapping up. The government is moving towards digitization, and I know you mentioned the government before. Do you have any intentions of partnering with them, apart from the other partners that you already might have had, to help roll out your program nationally? Because it's always good to see that these non-governmental institutions partner with the government to help them, to help the country and the nation by and large. So any comments on that at all?
Well, we have. The Ministry of Education in Trinidad is aware of our project. One of our partners, the Helping Children Grow Foundation, invited us to their farm when the ministry officials were visiting because the principal at that time was looking for certification. So you engage with the ministry. So they are aware of it. But a few weeks later, they told us that they only do things pro bono. And we sort of need more than that. You can't tell us as a whole ministry with all the resources and staff that you are only going to do pro bono stuff. You must help us out in some other way. And they may not have the funds to support what we are doing, but there are many other ways to support what we're doing. You can assist with transport or some other in-kind support of some kind, something to say, okay, this is what we are doing. Because otherwise you aren't doing much. We are engaging directly with principals and teachers who I must really commend for keeping our country together. You are the ones that are ensuring school is happening, and parents are not going to work unless they drop their kids off to school. So thank you to our teachers and principals, especially ones I've been able to interact with, because they are the ones who are driving things forward. The Ministry of Agriculture we've worked with for the expo, the Agri Expo that they had last year, and we were going to work for this one for this year, but it's been postponed. So that's where we are at in terms of engaging with the ministry. There's
All right.
today we are, lots of different reasons why they were not getting help, but we're here and we're moving forward. Yeah.
All
All
right.
right then. Thank you so much, Mr. Bascombe, for joining us this morning. For those of you just joining us, this is Keron Bascombe, agricultural journalist and also the founder of Tech4Life 360. Mr. Bascombe, I wish you well going forward with this initiative. It's a great one. I hope to see more of it over in Tobago very soon. Right? So for our viewers, continue to be with us as we go into our next interview. Share the live, share the live, share the live.